operation today, and we are doing some shouldering. We've put down a mat of base, and what we're doing is we're going to do a little bit of shouldering here before we put the seal down. The drop-off would be too extreme to leave it unshouldered before we put the seal on. If the lift is higher than 70 millimeters, then we have a 48-hour shouldering requirement, which makes it tight for the crew to get the paving done before they have to back up and start shouldering. So we're shouldering on the base today, and as you can see, we've got a live bottom trailer here feeding the shoulder machine. Probably the best way to go. That way the belts on the shoulder machine don't get flooded. This is a homemade shoulder machine. It's an Etnyre chip seal spreader that's been converted over to a shoulder machine. It's had a hopper added to the front. It actually works very well. It's a pretty good machine. Skid steer broom, it takes 2 passes. There's a little bit of leakage around where the material goes into the hopper of the spreader, so it takes about 2 passes wide for it to get the road cleaned off enough. We also don't want excess rock on the road because it can be hard on car windshields and dangerous for the crews and the people working around on the open top vehicles. So today we're using a Cat 272D skid steer. Skid steer backs up to make its second pass on the section that it's sweeping. Obviously this is a moving operation, so this roller coming here is actually the finish roller on the paving crew. We're reusing the same rollers that we used on the paving crew minus the rubber tire. So this is the CB634D static roller, and it's making the first initial pass over this material. And we just drive it down so that we know it's nice and tight. When we put the shoulder material on, we most generally go a little bit higher than the road surface so that we don't have any low spots. So once the 634 uses 2 passes over it, and he'll take that down to the level of the asphalt. He's very delicate when he works there. He doesn't want to scrape the asphalt as he goes. So he takes his first initial pass, and then he'll back up. And he takes the second pass, and he'll take that out to the full width. Skid steer with the broom on is doubling back to take care of any material that the grader may have inadvertently rolled out onto the road while he was taking his first pass. So while all this is going on, the shoulder spreader is actually trading up trucks. So the live bottom that was there before is trading up for the next truck on the line, and they're stopped and just taking a few minutes to get hooked in. So that gives the broom a chance to backtrack and do a little bit more sweeping. Again, the next thing we have coming behind the broom again is we'll have what we use as a breakdown roller on the paving crew. So it's a vibratory roller, and he'll be using vibration rather than static to compact this. So again, we don't want to have any rock on the new mat. We don't want the roller driving any rock into the new mat. So we look ahead here, we'll see the broom catching up again, and the static roller and the mini grader just waiting for him to get the road cleaned off. We've just got the dump up on the next truck. We're using a tractor trailer dump, scissor dump for the next truck. So we have a variety of different trucks we use, but we tend to use trailers. So we either have a live bottom trailer or we'll have a scissor dump. So we're back on the operation again. So we're coming behind the mini grader. We've got two of the people, and what they do is they'll rake the driveways down and make it passable for the driveways. And sometimes it's not a big deal. Sometimes they have quite a bit of work to do. Driveways that are downhill generally are quite a bit of work. A driveway that's uphill generally is no work at all. So this one here is slightly downhill, so they'll do a little bit of work with the rakes there just to blend the two together. Everything's moved ahead. We got the final stage of our operation is the vibratory roller. So he's going to make a pass here. Final vibratory pass over the shoulder. He'll vibrate that driveway down where they braked it down. Might make a couple of passes there in front of the driveway just to get it wide enough. backing up to where he was waiting before. He'll make a second vibratory pass over it. So what we'll end up with this roller is 2 static passes. He runs static when he's running forward, he runs vibratory when he's running back. So we'll end up with 2 static, 2 vibratory passes over each section of shoulder. And then of course we'll have the static pass that we got at the beginning. So he's off now to the next section. There's off in the distance. So what we're looking at here, we're just going to look at a view of the shoulder side of the machine. The previous run through, we saw it from the side that'd be closest to the center line. So we'll have a look here at the wing and the output area. So you can see the operator on the machine. And then down walking next to the wing with the controls there, that's the wing controller. So he controls the output, controls the wing. The wing is hydraulic. We'll see as it goes by, there's a hydraulic cylinder on it, so that can be adjusted. So the operator controls the flow of the material. The more material we flow, the wider the shoulder potentially could end up being. If we have a lot of shouldering to do, which we don't have a significant depth on this one, you'll need a lot more discharge into the area. So he's constantly controlling the feed. And coming tight up behind them, you'll see the static roller, giving it the first initial roll. Grader's making the second pass here now. We normally do what we call a rounding where the shoulder meets the foreslope. This isn't the final lift of asphalt, so we will be shouldering this one more time, so we won't be spending any time doing any rounding on the transition area between the shoulder and the foreslope. But when we do, the grader will make a third pass, and he'll just do a wedge in the transition between the shoulder and the foreslope. Those grade stakes that you see will end up getting knocked out during that pass. and that'll just make sure that there's no berms there to trap the water behind. And then once the water starts to flow behind those berms, it tends to get off in one area, and it very often will cause a shoulder washout. And we found that over the years, if we round that shoulder transition between the shoulder and the foreslope, if we round that off and prevent any high spots there from holding water back, that we get better drainage. The water tends to run off the shoulder in a sheet rather than a channel. So we would do that rounding when we do the finish after the seal asphalt's applied. So once this shouldering is complete, then we'll be able to commence the seal, laying the seal asphalt. Seal asphalt's going down at around 90 kilograms per square meter, which will give us around anywhere between 1.25 inches and 1.75 inches and 2 inches of asphalt.